Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. WWE 2K26 is literally right around the corner. We have not gotten no official teasers or reveals yet, but we still keep seeing things out here, and I thought that this would be worth talking about and bringing Kenny Bomb on the channel. My boy been cooking over there. Y'all make sure to go on ahead, show him some love, subscribe. He got you with all the newest content on WWE 2K, and whenever that Mortal Kombat start to come out, he got that too. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to both channels because we are giving away quite a couple of copies of WWE 2K26. I'm going to be giving away 2 to 3, and he's already said he's dropping about 3 or maybe some more.
We're going to do at least, how much did we give away last year?
Man, we gave away like 7 copies like on that stream last year.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if we run that back.
But yeah, man, we are here today. You guys are looking at the thumbnail. You guys see what is on there. It looks like Vikingo. Kenny, he was dropping a video of WWE Supercard talking about it, but my boy was in that scanning room with all them cameras that 2K like to roll around with, and that was very, very interesting. And the fact they dropped it on a day like, you know, yesterday where Monday Night Raw was being shown off, lots of people thought that this was going to be something, you know, monumental in terms of teasers for the game where nothing actually happened. We definitely got that small teaser there. How do you feel about that? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're scanning a whole roster? What you think, man? Talk to me.
If he's sitting in the scanning booth, I think they definitely got, I mean, and today was like a special episode of Monday Night Raw where they had the, it was the 1-year anniversary for Netflix. You know, they had the upside down stuff from Stranger Things going on. So I'm sure they had a lot of people from AAA and SmackDown in the building. We saw Javon Evans. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these guys are getting new scans. I mean, come on. I have never played WWE Supercard, but do you actually have like in-game models in those games, or is it just the cards?
No, it's just cards. So
it's just
I don't see nobody getting scanned.
Exactly. Vikingo confirmed for WWE 2K26 is what I would say.
Do you think this is going to be DLC, or do you think that they're actually working on scanning the whole roster in there?
You know what, Brian? That is a great question. And it's kind of scary to me because personally, you know, I watch WWE, I watch AEW, but I don't watch AAA. I said, you know what? Just because WWE owns them now doesn't mean I'm going to pick up another wrestling promotion and start watching it. So I'm not familiar with a lot of these wrestlers, but obviously some of them are undeniable. You think about, what's the lizard man name? Mr. Gecko Man.
Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana. I mean, you see him all over X every time they do something. La Hydra, probably my favorite female wrestler on the planet, man. She's just amazing. I looked at the roster. It was like LA Park. I thought it was the guy from WCW, but apparently it's like a clone, so he's not like the one everybody knows. I don't know what's going on with their roster. And then there was another guy, like the clown guy that rips his face off. So I mean, they have some pretty cool wrestlers, and I think 2K would be a good way for them to showcase those wrestlers to WWE fans. So will they be on the base roster? I think they should save them for a DLC pack, because I don't want to see too many AAA wrestlers dwindled in on the roster, because a lot of us don't know who they are. So introduce them to us through a DLC pack, and I think that'll be perfect.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, Vikingo, Iguana, I think those are like 2 locks, you know what I'm saying? And Vikingo, I think that his moveset is freaking crazy. So seeing that in a WWE game and seeing how they'll emulate that would probably be, I think, one of the coolest things for me personally. I really want to see the way that they work this in and all that good stuff, because at the end of the day, bro, I think that these games, they going ahead and can benefit from more characters and more things like that, especially when a game like WWE 2K really is, you know, I don't know what the word is, but like codependent with community creations. Like the game moves like community creations moves. Like that's really a lot of the heartbeat to the game. So getting all these moves and these entrances and things like that in the game, I think could be huge for the creation suite and all that good stuff.
That's a good point. You mentioned like getting the moves and the games in game. If this is something current where they're just scanning him, then I think it's most likely going to be DLC, because the game comes out in what, like 2 months?
Bro, yeah.
So if this is the recent video and he's just getting scanned, then, you know, they got a lot of work to do. So I think, and it makes more sense for it to be a full-blown AAA pack. So I think that's the way they go with it.
A AAA pack would be interesting. But speaking about AAA, and you were talking about DLC, do we see TNA standing a chance with a TNA pack? Do we see AAA packs, TNA packs, maybe an all-women's pack, maybe a diverse pack where, you know, you got some wrestlers? Because last year, it's a little bit different this year, because we don't really have that many new wrestlers that have come into the WWE this year.
I noticed.
The only person that stands out to me is AJ Lee, and that's a return. You know, it's not someone from another promotion. So I personally could even see AJ Lee being in the base roster. And if you got AAA and you got maybe TNA lined up, maybe you got a lot of cool DLC stuff lined up where you don't really got to, you know, gatekeep her for a couple months. You can put her in the base roster. What do you think about all that?
You make a good point there, because I did notice, you know, I do a lot of roster prediction videos, and just looking at like previous years, there's a lot of people that like even from NXT that people are excited to see added to the game. This year, it's just really not that many wrestlers who haven't been added yet. I mean, you think about the wrestlers who came from AEW, like a Ricky Starks, like Mariah May. I think we might see them in like a up and coming stars pack or something, whatever they want to call it. What was the name you just gave me?
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee, where would you even put her at? A female, I guess so. You know, female legends pack. You could have AJ Lee, Tori Wilson's another big name people have been asking for. Jacqueline, Ivory. I really want to see Sable added to these games. Apparently, Brock Lesnar wants her to stay away from the business, so we may never see her get her flowers, unfortunately. But there's some interesting things they can do with DLC this year. You asked me what I think about TNA. I think that's kind of like their gold mine right now. Now, AAA, you know, that's WWE's property. They own it. But TNA, being that they have that, like, the relationship with them now where they're kind of teaming together, we see the wrestlers jump back and forth from promotions. You got guys in TNA like Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. You got Dolph Ziggler. Matt Cardona is now with WWE. I think that's another one we'll probably see in the pack, even though he hasn't been in there for a while. There's a lot of big WWE names in TNA right now. Even some of the names they released, like Wesley, Jakara Jackson, if they want to keep them in the game, that's a way they can, you know, kind of use that to keep the roster boosted. So I would want to see a TNA pack more than a AAA pack, if I'm being honest, because I'm a big Dolph Ziggler guy, and I really want to see him back in the game. Jeff Hardy, pretty much, he's a wrestling game wrestler, so I know a lot of people want to see him as well. And another thing, though, I mean, with the TNA wrestlers being added, I mean, like the wrestlers I just mentioned, they've been in WWE games before, but you think about these AAA stars like Vikingo. I know a lot of people say he's like John Cena of AAA. I don't know if he's ever been in a wrestling game before. He may have been in like a Fire Pro Wrestling or something like that, but
you might be
when
onto
it comes
something
to
with
like
that.
a big budget game, a lot of these guys are going to be getting their first look. So, I mean, I'm not hating on that. You know, give these guys their bread. I'm sure it's going to be big for them and their families, just like getting a fresh new toy.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think that in the future, I think this is actually going to be a good thing for the game more than it is a bad thing. We'll really have to see what happens with that, man. Super excited. You know, hopefully we do get a reveal soon. We haven't gotten it yet. And again, remember, y'all, we take this all with a grain of salt. But I mean, this can't be more concrete or more real than what it looks like already in the picture. I mean, the guy is literally in a scanning booth. That's why I thought it was worth making this video. Yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned to myself, Kenny's channel, because my boy's over there cooking just as much, if not more. So I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.